They all played you until they realized that you were the main character in their karma. They laughed when they broke you. Now they cry watching you glow. You see, these people thought it was all fun and games to play in your face, to play up in your feelings, to play up in your energy, to play you like you actually mattered to them when you really didn't even matter that much to them. These people were a little delusional. They kept you around, they kept you in their energy, they kept you in their auric field, they kept you in their inner circle, knowing that they didn't like you like that, knowing that they didn't care for you like that. And instead of just allowing you to just peacefully have your exit, instead of them just creating distance from you and saying like, I don't like this person, I don't have to have this person in my life, they kept you around for their own ridicule. It's like, if you don't like somebody, then leave them alone. Let them go off and live their merry life. Let them go on their merry way. Because when you don't like somebody, you stay out of that person's life. You stay about their energy. You stay about their face. But these people did not do the same thing to you. They stayed up in your face knowing that they didn't like you because they kept playing in your face. They kept disrespecting you right to your face, trying to play you, trying to disrespect you, trying to degrade you because they felt like making a mockery of you made them feel better. They looked at chosen ones like we were just some fucking joke. That's how they treated us. And they thought it was okay to play you. They thought it was okay to just act like they cared, act like they really had your back when really they didn't. Because when it came time to actually have your back, they weren't there. They disappeared. They exited fucking stage left. When the time came for them to actually be loyal to you, they couldn't be loyal to you. So if all of this happened, why keep you around in the first place? They did this because they enjoyed ridiculing you. They enjoyed having somebody around that they could judge, treat like a joke, talk about. Because talking about you, they talked about you like a fucking dog, bro. And talking about you all the time made them feel better about themselves because they kept comparing themselves to you. So let's point out this person's, let's point out her flaws. Let's point out his flaws so that we don't have to focus on our own flaws because we can focus on someone else's flaws. Let's focus on their fuck ups, on their slip ups, on their setbacks so we don't have to focus on our own. These people constantly microscoped your life, watched your every move, looked at what you were doing just so they can have ammunition to talk shit about you later or say things to you to throw shit back in your face. You see, the crazy thing is like these people swear up and down they don't like us, but they invest far too much damn energy into us. And it's like, if you don't like us, why are you investing all this energy? You do like us, your ego just doesn't want to. Your ego doesn't want to because your ego is envious of us, and your ego doesn't want to like someone that they're jealous of. Because then you'll realize that you are jealous, and then they'll realize that they're jealous because of their own internal issues, their own personal vendetta. It has nothing to do with us, it has everything to do with them. So they thought playing us like we didn't matter made them feel some type of way, made them feel special, made them feel powerful, when really it didn't, because all it did was expose how bitter, insecure, and pathetic they are. You see, these people thought they left you for dead. They thought that when they left you alone after they did their damage to you, they thought they finished you off. But you were a little wounded, but you got yourself back together. You pulled all those swords out of you. You binded up those wounds, and you got even more powerful than when they hurt you first. Now they're watching you in your power. Now they're watching you glow. Now they're watching you have this massive glow up because you glowed up spiritually. Your soul got stronger. Your spirit got stronger. So it manifests through your physical body. That's why you are more attractive now. That's why your avatar has changed. That's why you've had an alter to your physical appearance. That's why you've had this massive glow up, because you glow from the inside out. And if they hated you then when you weren't even a fraction of where you are now, imagine how they feel now. Yeah, they feel worse. They feel even more shitty because they did everything that they could to try to tear you down and break you down. But you just rose up higher. You rose up even higher than before. You are the phoenix rising. They thought that you took an L, but really they took an L. They took the loss because you may have lost some battles, but you won the entire war. And when you came out stronger, you came out on top, you had the upper hand, not them. And the reason why you are the main character in their karma is because all of that energy that they sowed into hurting you, all of that came back to backfire on them. And they were on the receiving end of mistreatment of how they treated you. So basically what happened is that they treated you like shit in so many different ways. And then it got to a point where they were on the receiving end. People were treating them the way that they treated you. They reap what they sowed. They got their karma. And when they were mistreated by these other people, the first person they thought of was you. You were the first person that came to mind. It's like, sound familiar? This is the same thing that you did, but you were on the giving end. Now that you're on receiving end, you see how that feels? Well, this is how shitty you made that one feel. And you can't do that one, not that one, because that's a chosen one. That is a child of the Most High God. Those are one of God's elites, and you are not to hurt, harm one of God's elites. So when they realized that all of their karma that they got was from mistreating you, that's when they realized they should have done right by you. But it's too late now, because you were brought into these people's lives for God to see, how are you going to treat my child? How are you going to treat my chosen one? How are you going to treat them? If you do right by them, your years shall be long. You'll receive a lot of blessings. You'll receive a lot of good in your life. But if you treat a chosen one wrong, your years can be short. You can forfeit some of your blessings, and you can cause bad karma to come into your life. It was a test for them. Are you going to evolve? Are you going to ascend? Or are you going to descend? And a lot of those people descended. A lot of those people are struggling now because of all the struggle that they put us through. So they can treat us any kind of way they want to, but all that's just going to backfire eventually.